I was born free, but I was not allowed to stay free. I was captured, sold, forced across the ocean in chains. The British called me a rebel. They called me dangerous. They called me a witch, but my people called me queen. I am Nanny of the Maroons. And my story begins long before the British ever feared my name. And the receipts are powerful. Welcome back to Receipts from the Past, where we tell the stories history forgot. The stories that didn't make the textbooks, but still made history. Today, you will hear this story from me, not from the British records, not from the textbooks, from the woman who fought an empire and won. I was born around 1686, somewhere in West Africa, before slavery, before Jamaica, before war. I knew what freedom felt like. But that freedom did not last. Like so many others, I was captured and forced onto a ship in the late 1600s, taken across the ocean to the island of Jamaica, which the British controlled after 1655. There, I was sold into slavery, worked until my hands bled, watched every move, told I would live and die in chains. But I never believed that, and I was not the only one. Some of us chose a different path. We ran. In the early 1700s, I escaped into the mountains of Jamaica. The Blue Mountains were steep, thick, and dangerous. The British thought no one could survive there. They were wrong. We built our own communities in the hills. We became known as the Maroons, people who refused to live enslaved. We hunted, we farmed, we trained, we lived free. And over time, they chose me to lead. Not because I asked, because I would never bow. By the 1720s, the British wanted us gone. They sent soldiers into the mountains to capture us. They had guns. We had the land. We knew every path, every tree, every hiding place. We fought in ways they didn't understand. We attacked and disappeared. We used the mountains like armor. The British began to fear us. They said I used magic. They said I was a witch. But it was not magic. It was strategy. For years we fought them, battle after battle, and they could not defeat us. We built a stronghold high in the mountains called Nanny Town. From there, we trained warriors. Men and women both fought. Everyone had a role. Everyone protected freedom. The war lasted for years. Finally, the British realized something. They could not win. In 1739, they signed a peace treaty with the Maroons. Think about that. An empire with soldiers and guns, forced to make peace with people they once enslaved. That is a receipt. After the treaty, our people were allowed to live free in our own lands. We governed ourselves. We protected our villages. We kept our traditions. We proved something the British never expected, that freedom could not be destroyed. My name spread across the island, not as a slave, not as a rebel, as a leader, as a queen. I did not fight for power. I fought so my people would never wear chains again. Long after my time, the people of Jamaica remembered. In 1975, I was declared a national hero of Jamaica. Not because I was perfect, because I refused to surrender. History tried to call me a runaway. My people call me Queen Nanny. Born circa 1686, West Africa. Enslaved in Jamaica, late 1600s. Escaped to Blue Mountains, early 1700s. Leader of the Maroons. Maroons Treaty with Britain, 1739. Declared Jamaican National Hero, 1975. Stories like this remind us, history isn't just kings and presidents. Sometimes, the real warriors, the real leaders, the real legends were people the world tried to keep in chains. I am Queen Nanny, and the receipts are official. If you want more stories history forgot, more warrior queens, and more receipts from the past, make sure you subscribe to Receipts from the Past, because the receipts never disappear.